Hi, and welcome to Reiki and Crystal Healing for the heart chakra, the fourth in our series. Anahata means unstuck. Another way to say that is free flow. So this space is also regulated by the element of air. So there has to be a free flow or a free and equal exchange. Think about the breath. As you inhale, you have to exhale. There has to be a constant inhaling and exhaling, a constant taking and giving. And when that stops, we physically have a problem. When that stops with regards to relationships, we have issues in our relationships. So right here, this space regulates our interpersonal relationships. We speak through the language of love. But not only are we speaking and interacting with people around us through this bridge, if you think about the chakras going up and down, the first three chakras are a very physical chakra. This suddenly becomes an air chakra. It's the bridge to the spiritual world. So we speak to the spiritual world, or we have spiritual interaction with this chakra as well as interaction from us to those outside of us. So let's look at those outside of us. We talked about needing an equal exchange. Those relationships are the ones that are healthy. And then also having a bridge or a language from this space to spirit and to yourself. Now, the language of love is the highest vibration that we can physically hold inside of our body. There are higher spiritual vibrations than love, but this is the one that we can understand and we can hold. So spirit can come down at the space of love, and we can come up to this space and communicate and share and interact. All right, so the shadow side of the anahata is grief. And I always think of it like literally in the back here. It's grief of having lost somebody in your life and self-loss, a sense of not knowing who you are, or a sense of I've lost myself somewhere along the way. So that is grief. Some of the practices that you can do to get back to yourself and to get connected again with those around you and to spirit is metta meditation. Metta meditation is a Buddhist practice that is also called in English loving kindness meditation, and I may at some stage do a video about that. But loving kindness meditation begins with acceptance and love for the self, and then moving out to loved ones, and then moving out to people that you're indifferent to, and then even further to people that you maybe have troublesome relationships with. Another thing is breath practices or breath meditation. Just follow your inhale and exhale. Not only does that center you and balance you, it gets you right into this heart space. In terms of physicality and physical dis-ease or disease, the lungs, the breasts, the arms, the circulation. I did say the lungs, yes. So this space in the body and everything that's held there. On an emotional level, people that are antisocial, inability to have healthy relationships, we've discussed that. Narcissism, depression can also be a sign, and lack of empathy. So really, this is the space of, if you think about narcissism and lack of empathy, it's just a me, it's a me. It's not an equal exchange. So there has to be a free flowing exchange of energy when it comes to the heart. If we think about the world that we're in now, we're very much a me, take kind of world. Hoard, it's all mine. I have to protect and hold on to, yeah. So we're probably in a shift where we were about to shift into more of a give and take, more of a community-based world, which is what I'm sensing right now. So let's see, I'm going to show you the grid that I've created. Again, that is all about flow. It's all about just moving the energy through the heart. When we have disease and issues with this space, we want to create flow and we want to create movement, and we want to, one of the biggest things that create disease inside this space is the inability to forgive. So if you think about forgiveness or lack of forgiveness, there's this heavy holding on, and you're not letting go. So that flow and that free flow is what this grid can help you do. If that is something that you want to do, it's also an opportunity. The grid is also an opportunity for you to invite self-love, self-acceptance, and then from there, bringing it out into the world and just kind of shining your light and shining your goodness out there. So this is one of my favorite chakras because it's such a connective space, connecting you with people around you, connecting you with spirit, connecting you with yourself. So let's get into the grid, and then I'll meet you for the meditation. So today's crystal grid is one for the heart chakra, and let's go a little deeper and look at the stones. I have the orb or the sphere, which is the free flow of energy, and that is rose quartz, compassion, love, understanding, both for the self and for those around you, also acceptance. And then we have the clear quartz, which will hold our intention of sending love to the self as well as to those around us. And then this is green sardonyx. Let me see, they look so different, all of them, but they all have this green and this beautiful white going through them, and they are stones of lasting, strong, beautiful relationship with positive energy. So at the center we have our love, compassion, acceptance. We're moving the energy out with those points, and our little helpers are the green sardonyx. I've picked this shape for a reason. Now if you have a look, let me see if I can keep the camera still. There's one triangle, there's another triangle on this side, and then there are triangles all over. So these all make beautiful triangle shapes. It's also hexagon shape. And those are all shapes of protection and positive flow and energy that'll help the grid work its beautiful magic. And then on the outside, you will see 12 stones representing the 12 lotus petals of the Anahata or heart chakra. This just feels good. I wish you could see this in the color that I have. This green and the pink so beautifully flows together. And there's a sense of softness and flow and movement and beauty and joy and just absolute sense of love. So I am going to start the meditation very soon. All right, welcome back to the meditation portion of this video. If you would like to go ahead and lie down or just close the eyes, go ahead and do that. You've just seen the grid, and you can imagine those colors, the white swirls within the greens and the pink and the clear quartz. And just imagine the grid, or imagine those colors just swirling in front of you. And then maybe just swirling into the heart space. And you want to feel that movement and that sense of flow. And then we'll connect with your own breath, with your own movement. And just notice where you feel the breath. And it's right there at the heart space often. The movement of the shoulders, the rise and fall of the chest. And I'm going to invite you right now, even before we begin the meditation, to just let go of something that is heavy right there. With a few deep inhales and exhales, just let it go. And it's entirely up to you if you let it go only for this space of this meditation. If you want to pick it up, I can't stop you. But if you leave it behind, I promise you I'll pick it up and dispose of it. Energetically, of course. So take those beautiful cleansing breaths and feel your rhythm. Feel the settling. Feel yourself. Come back to the pinks and the greens and the whites and see those colors in your mind's eye. Let them swirl around and around you, around your head, down your body, to the hips, and down into the earth wherever you're making contact today. Just imagine yourself in this beautiful swirl of pink, green, white, clear crystal. And it's moving, it's swirling. Just feel and imagine and see it in your mind's eye. Now draw that right into the heart space. Imagine it going into your physical heart, getting smaller, 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 until it's just a tiny little twinkle right there. Now we're going to expand that out. That twinkle suddenly begins to flicker a little bit brighter and brighter, filling up the heart, the chest, the head, the hips, the feet, the legs. You feel this beautiful warmth and acceptance, love, acceptance, contentment, beauty, joy, warmth, acceptance, love, beauty, and joy. And as you hold it inside of your body, inside of the space that you take up in this earth, now feel the movement as it moves through you. And all we're doing here is we're becoming very familiar and comfortable with the energy of love. If you've ever felt deprived or less, like you've had too little, this space, this love, there is no lack of it. There is never a lack. There is always more than you need. And because there's more than you need, you can freely give. So right now, from that heart space, this light and lightness and love just begins to swell and get bigger, and you can no longer contain it inside of your body. It begins to expand and expand and expand into the room that you're in, holding the space in that same beautiful energy. And then it continues to expand and expand and expand into the house, touching every person, every item. Breathe into that space. And from your heart begins to swell again, and the energy moves outward and outward and outward, past and through the house, through your city, country, continent, enveloping the earth. See yourself right in the spot where you are, projecting that beautiful energy outward and outward and outward. Let every single person, animal, rock, tree experience that same energy. That energy is inside of you always. Now imagine if more of us did this together, how connected we would be, how much more connected we would be to our earth and to the spirit world. Holding this space here not only for everyone around you, but for yourself. Breathing into the knowing that what's coming out of your heart is always there. It begins there and it comes back there. There is always enough. Now begin to draw the energy back. Imagine it drawing away from the earth, country, city, and it's drawing towards you. Neighborhood, house, you feel it now inside the house, to your body, and then slowly drawing back into the heart space, deeper and deeper into the heart, bringing the energy back and back and back until it's only a twinkle. Holding the twinkle right there for whenever you need to draw on it. Begin to move something, finding movement in the body. Take a deep breath and let it go. Open your eyes when you are ready. My heart is so filled with love. I thank you for spending this time with me. Namaste.